Tonight, Westboro was the opponent of the week, but tonight for the boys basketball team, they honor their 3 seniors. We start tonight, of course, though, with the games in Westboro. We'll start with the boys team, getting the win, but it was a close game. The highlights tonight, what you missed if you weren't there. And then, of course, senior night right after tonight in the home gym versus Marlboro. The 3 seniors being honored tonight. And what can we expect in that game? On the other side of the ball, it's girls basketball. We'll have some of the highlights in their dominating win against Westboro. They head over to Marlboro tonight, the Battle of the Boroughs this week. What can they do in this game and what to expect as they wrap up their season? We also have the official brackets for the Clark tournament for the boys. What is gonna happen in that matchup this week, and when can you watch them? When will they be on? That coming up in this episode as well. Also, the girls will compete in the Westboro tournament, the girls basketball team, their bracket right now tonight. We also have news coming out of the track and field team. They'll be competing this weekend, but could weather play a factor in that game? We'll talk about the forecast and where things stand. And in the national sports, you know it, the Super Bowl, the big game, all of it. We got you covered for the big matchup on Sunday. The Eagles versus the Chiefs, and who do we got?
From Shepherd Hill Regional High School, this is Shepherd Hill Sports Zone with Cameron Simpson.
Hello everyone, thanks so much for ending your week with us on this Friday. Of course, as this episode is premiering, a few hours away from some basketball tonight. 6 o'clock, the girls will take on Marlboro in Marlboro. The boys will follow up tonight at 7 as they'll face off against Marlboro in the home gym as these seasons wrap up. Only one more game this year for the boys basketball team. But before all that, they all played Westboro on Tuesday. And we want to get to the highlights for you of this game. Let's start right away. We start in the first quarter, 5:16 to go. Reed Zella drains a 3, gives the Rams a 10-9 lead. Fast forwarding, Reed Zella back at it again towards the end of the first, another 3-point shot, 13-9 for the Rams. How about Andrew Fasolo? He wanted to get in on that 3-point action, and he does. That wraps up the first quarter, a buzzer beater shot right there for Fasolo. Now the Rams and Westboro would be close all game long. Let's head to the second quarter. Brendan Burns gets a big time steal. That bumps the play forward, 23-20 for the Rams. And this play set up Sean Tyrell on his way. 3-point shot is good. Here we go for Sean Tyrell chasing down this player. It was a big time steal. That wraps up the second quarter, and then we fast forward to the third. 40-33 for the Rams. Eli Polo gets up and blocks a key shot, keeping the Rams in this game. The fourth quarter, 56-47. Eli right back at it. Another big time block, and this game was just about there. Reed Zella will put a close on it here towards the end of the fourth with a fast break, puts the shot up, and it is good. Rams end up winning this game with a final score of 67-52. They really dominated on parts of this game, especially in the rebounds. How about 37 of them for Shepherd Hill? 8 steals, we showed you some of those. Their percentages, 3-point, 38%. They got to be improving on that, but the free throws, 60% in this matchup. Let's look at some of those leading scorers who put up a good chunk of the points for the Rams. We start with this leading scorer himself, Reed Zella, 18 points, and Eli Pollock, both of those players scoring career highs. That made the Rams now 11-5 and 7-3 in the mid-watch B division. So we mentioned those record highs, 18 points for Reed Zella. How about 4 3-point shots of those 18? Eli, 16 points. 2 of those free throws, 7 of those field goals in this matchup. Sean Tyrell had 14 right behind them. He nailed 4 3-point shots in this game. 11 points for Andrew Fasolo and 5 points for Aiden Tyler. Of course, we mentioned it, the team will face off for senior night this evening. They'll be honoring Sean Tyrell, Reed Zella, and Colin Resner with a ceremony, of course, before the game during introductions. And a big congratulations to them. And they'll be playing Marlboro, a team that is having a rough year, and the Rams looking to nail that win. Let's head to the girls basketball game that happened against Westboro this week as well. And we'll take a look at some of their highlights. And you might be wondering, there's probably quite a bit of highlights. And there are, but we narrowed it down as quickly as we could. Let's get to the start of the game, and a 3-point shot nailed right away from the line. That's a quick start for the Rams, and that would continue all game long. How about now that was towards the end of the second half, the team up heavy to begin this game. As we take a look at the third, 23-6 as it came out of half with 3:30 to go. Big steal and puts this one up for a big time 38-12 as we get to this 3-point shot from Ashley Dickout from that line. As we look at the end of the game, 46-24, the Rams get the win. And who led in the scoring? Ashley Dickout, 18 points, 4 3-pointers in this matchup. 10 points for Jillian Clark, who put up 5 field goals in this game. How about 8 points for Shaylee Zella? They will also face off against Marlboro tonight on the road. They start a little earlier than the boys do. They start at 6 o'clock. We mentioned the Clark tournament as well. So we mentioned the Clark tournament. They announced their brackets earlier this week. If you missed our post, there's so many teams competing, but let's head to the bracket where the boys Shepherd Hill team will be. That's of course the boys large school bracket. And those games will all kick off on Saturday, February 15th at Shepherd Hill Regional High School right here. And the first game is our boys team, Lunenburg versus Shepherd Hill. Shepherd Hill ranked 6th against the 3-seeded Lunenburg. It's 11 o'clock next Saturday here at the Hill. How about Clinton and Westboro? You can watch that game at 1 o'clock. 3 o'clock, Tantascwa versus Nipmuc, and then Millbury and Northbridge will face off at 5. The winner of the 11 and the winner of the 5, Millbury, Northbridge, Lunenburg, Shepherd Hill. If Shepherd Hill wins that game, they'll play Monday the 17th at Clark University against either Millbury or Northbridge, and we'll watch that. Of course, the finals will be that following weekend at Clark as well, but it's great to have the games here at Shepherd Hill, and you can all go and watch. The girls will also play in Westboro. Now, I mentioned at the top that we do have their brackets. We don't have them officially yet. We do know some of the teams that will be competing. I do not have those teams committed to memory, though, but they'll all be there, all competing this week in their matches. So huge congratulations to all of them as they head into these next few weeks. And, of course, the tournament's over break. With that, all of that out of the way, let's get to track and field. And actually, a quick note on cross country. On last season, in the Telegram and Gazette, Nathaniel Grant was named to the super team for fall cross country for the TNG. Huge accomplishment and a big congratulations. In their piece, they wrote that it was a record-setting season for Grant. He showed marked improvement from the get-go, finishing 9th at the Vineyard, 8th at Bay State, and 24th at the Bob Glenning Twilight Invitational. Grant then placed 9th at the ultra-competitive Midwatch A Championships before speeding to first place at the Frank Mooney Invitational. So that's really great stuff there, and congratulations to Nathaniel Grant. Let's look ahead, though, at what's coming up this weekend for the track and field team, because they'll be competing, of course, in Boston as they usually do. Remember, Tony Graves set a record just last weekend. He is expected to be there as well in this tournament. So let's first set the stage for the tournament, where these teams are playing, before we look at the weather and how that could impact this tournament. So this is the MSTCA qualifier meet. That will be on the 8th, so some of us will be there. Some teams will be there. And then 9th is the 46th annual districts at Reggie Lewis. So the district championships, of course, so many teams have qualified. So many of our athletes have qualified for that. Because then the championships and all of that will be the weekend after that. Of course, weather will be a big factor into this. A big storm moving in, dropping about 8 to 10 inches of snow on our area Saturday night into Sunday morning. We'll keep you posted on Sports Zone if there's any breaking developments with that meet potentially being canceled, postponed. All of that, we'll make sure to let you know. But as of now, it's on, and if that holds, best of luck to our athletes. Of course, we wish them the best, and fingers crossed, I guess, that meet happens. Maybe not. Anyway, let's get to the national sports. As you all know, it is Super Bowl Sunday, and we're just around the corner from that beginning. And, of course, who are we rooting for? I mean, the Chiefs are trying to cement their dynasty. Can they do it this weekend with a win? They would be the first ever in the modern Super Bowl era to win 3 straight Super Bowls. The Packers did it before the Super Bowl was really a thing, so I guess we don't count that. But the Eagles are also looking for their second championship since 2019, so that's of course big as well for them. Eagles fans, I'm sure, will be very much hyping up their team this week, and we'll see if the Chiefs can get it done. Who would I be picking? I don't know. I guess the Eagles are an extremely good team when it comes to the offensive and defensive line. They're strong, powerful there, but can the Chiefs get through it? But can you bet against Patrick Mahomes in big games like this? Realistically, it's been tough to do. His team has been sort of, I don't want to call them lackluster, but not the best Chiefs team all time. But they've been able to find a way to win. And if they can get Patrick Mahomes the ball with a few seconds left in the game, a minute left in the game, him or Hurts, who would you rather have the ball to end this game? All in all, I think it's going to be a good game. I think the Eagles are probably the better team, but as much as I don't want them to win, I think you have to pick the Chiefs to win this game. We'll see if it happens, though. And thank you so much for watching. Enjoy the game on Sunday. And of course, we'll break it all down for you right here on Monday on Shepherd Hill Sports Zone. And of course, we'll break down the senior night and so on. So thank you so much. We'll see you then. Monday, enjoy the snow this weekend. Stay safe. I'll see you all later. Good night.
Thanks for watching Shepherd Hill Sports Zone, the only place for Rams sports news.